Live from a world where Deadly Premonition 2 is actually happening. It's Retro Pals with Danny and Alex.
Hey, Danny! What the fuck?
Alex, I'm so excited. They're making a sequel. It's actually going to happen. Deadly Premonition 2. Oh my god. It's a prequel that's before York gets the scars. He's in it. And it's got other people in it too. And Sweary's on board. And oh man. Yeah, so if you didn't see it, today's Nintendo Direct announced Deadly Premonition 2, in addition to a bunch of shit no one cares about. But Deadly Premonition 2, it's actually happening. It's for real. They're continuing the story with Swery and everything. And I had to get that out, first of all, so I don't end up talking about it all night, because we do have business to attend to. But Jesus Christ.
Real quick, thank you, Battlehawk, for the 19-month sub. You appreciate it. And also, Moon is coming out in English. I can't believe it.
Yes, Moon as well. They announced that for English. And thank you to Tepid Snake from earlier for the subscription.
Thank you.
We have successfully summoned you with the arcade games. We are going to play nothing but arcade games tonight. Classics from the 90s. Classics featuring digitized graphics. A technique that has not been topped to date. I don't know why they keep making video games and not using digitized graphics. They had the right formula in the 90s. Where'd they go wrong? I blame War Gods. Anyway, welcome to the show. This week we had our patrons vote on run-and-gun shooters for arcade, and what they said is they wanted to see NARC.
They really wanted to see NARC.
Crime City got close. Oh, I so badly want to see Crime City at some point, but for now all I have to say is shucks. The other games, they're good too. We'll get around to those. But yeah, NARC is a game that resonates with people, and so do a whole bunch of Midway games from the 90s. So I decided since that won, let's go ahead and do a full showcase featuring all of Midway's 90s games that feature digitized graphics. These are games that are going to feature pre-rendering. They're going to feature photos of real human beings engaged in violent combat, spelled with a K.
Yeah, it's true. I had to think for a second there.
It's going to be a good one. And we also have a shit ton of games to get through, so we better get this started.
Yeah.
Since NARC won, that's going to be tonight's featured game, I think. I think we're going to try and do a complete playthrough of that. So let's get that started.
Thank you, Moonware, for the sub, and let's go. So, NARC?
NARC. There it is.
There we go.
So I'm going to do something we haven't done before. Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you. We're going to cheat.
I don't think we've done this before.
We have not. We have never cheated. Both of us are going to cheat our way through this game because it is impossible. There's people out there like Jimmy Q Balls, people out there like Lord BBH who can 1cc this. That's not us.
No.
We are NARC scrubs, and we just want to get through to the end. So I'm going to give us both infinite lives and infinite bullets and rockets.
Oh no! Don't do that to me!
That could be a bad idea, but that remains to be seen. So NARC, let's discuss this while the running demo runs. Eugene Jarvis, pretty interesting guy in the games industry. Creator of Defender, Stargate, Robotron, as well as director of Smash TV and Total Carnage. Pretty much invented twin-stick shooters. Did a whole bunch of stuff for Midway back in the 90s. Also big in the 90s, the war on drugs.
Yes.
People love their drugs, and they love to go to war on them as well. So what happened, I assume, is the guy in charge of the money at Williams/Midway at the time, he was all like, so, Eugene, this war on drugs, we want to make a game about it. Now, do you want to make it like a full-blown parody, or do you want it to be super serious? And I can only imagine Jarvis went, yes. It's literally impossible to tell if this game is a parody or if it's entirely self-serious. Jarvis would later repeat that same trick with Target Terror, another game that he refuses to say if it's parody or not. Both these games successfully tread the line between parody and gritty realism, as you can tell by this running demo of a dude walking through town blowing people up with rockets. They're all drug dealers, it's okay. It's okay that their limbs are flying everywhere.
I like the ones that just walk. Okay, we're talking too much about this. I gotta play.
I want to see the title screen.
Okay.
Let's see if I can skip to this. There it is. Say no or die, says the license plate.
Jesus Christ!
Also, check out this fashion. We got jeans and vests and bandages.
Oh, I look like a dipshit.
I think, oh yeah, it saved my values. If this is too loud or too quiet, let us know and we'll do our best. Hey, there's Eugene's nightclub.
Hey, you.
That dude gets around. Alright, here it comes. Full playthrough of NARC. No one had the guts until now.
Alright,
Start her up.
Oh no, the knife, man!
511 in progress.
Let's go.
Why is Paul Schaefer selling us drugs?
That's what we have to find out. Alright, so NARC is a 4-button game. The key to getting good at this game is the crouch maneuver. What you want to do is crouch and run up to people and bust them instead of shooting them.
Okay.
This game is very generous with extra lives,
Oh,
and
rocket, no.
and the bonuses you get from busting enemies will give you enough lives to beat the game if you know what you're doing. Since neither of us know what we're doing, we have infinite ammo for everything, so don't worry too much about it.
I need a...
Once again, if you want a full expert playthrough, check out Lord BBH. I think he has 1cc up on his YouTube channel.
It's a lot of... What are they dropping?
Drugs. We're collecting the drugs that they drop.
Okay. And the money, so we're... This is... I mean, forfeiture isn't illegal, but...
Yeah, well,
it's
an army of Paul Schaefers has taken over California.
Oh yeah, the fucking... Are we in San Francisco or some shit? Because...
It says so in a second here. Oh, it just says California, never mind.
I was gonna say...
It's somewhere in California.
The only subway I could think of in California at the time was BART, but I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, I should mention, we did play the remake of NARC before we played this original version. That is a game where you can take the drugs and get superpowers based off of them. This one, you can't do that. They do award bonus points at the end of the level, but that's about it.
LA has one now, but I don't think they had one around the time of NARCS. I remember growing up.
I need your card. Put it in.
I will. Hold on. I got killed.
Good. Alright, so my name is Max Force, number 357, and Alex is Hitman. Agent 51. I mean, 999.
Oh, I love the quack stop.
God, there's so much to mention about this game. Yeah, as Alex mentioned, the NES version censored a whole lot of this. The crack stop in here is the quack stop. Though it still maintains the premise of killing drug dealers to get rid of the drug
Hey,
problem.
come back. There we go. I just want to... It's like, I don't want to arrest them, but I also don't want to murder them.
Yeah, quack is fun to say.
Oh, I hate it. I don't like when they inject me with drugs with their flying needles.
That's how they get you. It's all like, see, cops, drugs are actually good. And you're like, oh no, they're right. Drugs are good. And then you die.
Yes, this did have an NES port. It was very censored.
Yep, it was developed by Rare, one of their many contracting jobs.
I
like how you can skate across the dumpsters in this game.
Stop
Check it out.
injecting me with your needles!
This is such a good game. Here we are at the Quack Factory, or Crack Factory. They deal in dogs and also beakers. To kill the dogs, you gotta crouch and shoot them.
They were eating your body, dude.
Yeah, well, they're drug dogs. They're not good dogs.
Stop injecting me with drugs! I don't want
Slowly
to be...
losing killing urge. Feeling better. Can't let it take over.
I love these giant beakers that they have here.
They're real fun to blow up. The unfortunate thing is you usually don't get too many rockets unless you're cheating, which is why I'm cheating. That's level 2.
Cool.
So this isn't the first Williams/Midway game to use digitized graphics. That would be Journey from the early 80s. But this is when they perfected it. Here we got our Arrest Joe Rockhead, who's big on angel dust. And this is where the NARC mobile comes in. Come on, hop in.
Okay.
Get in the car, loser.
Hold on.
Jump on in. Please do not rocket the car. Thank you.
Can you rocket the car?
Yes, you can.
Oh no! Are you just running? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, this is how they did it back in LA.
Yes, Joe Rockhead was in a cartoon.
Oh man,
Remember? Like, what
this
was
game
that,
is
Power
so...
Team?
There's so much to go over here, seriously. Yeah, the Video Power Team had an interstitial cartoon in between its Johnny Arcade segments featuring characters from NARC, including Hitman and Joe Rocket.
It also featured Quirk, the hip tomato with shades.
And Bigfoot the truck.
The truck.
There's so much of these games is stuck in American culture. I'll never be able to cover all of it, but we'll do what we can. Okay, you driving this time? Drive it. I'll fire.
Oh, Jesus! No, don't
No,
make-
keep going, keep going.
Oh, what a... Eugene Jarvis, what the fuck, dude?
The great thing about this level is there's multiple NARC mobiles, and if you time your crashes right, you can literally hop from one car as it explodes into another car waiting for you.
I can hear the dogs, I don't...
We gotta go before the dogs come. Oh no, the clowns are here. We gotta go. We gotta get the fuck out.
Are they like evil clowns?
Yes.
Or...
Oh, I can shoot rockets too. Yes.
Did we just run over a fucking helicopter, dude?
Uh-huh. We've been playing this for what, 5 minutes, and already
Yeah.
it's the most amazing game ever. Oh, I forgot you can turn it.
Oh, you...
So basically, people were right to vote for NARC in this week's poll. This game is a mile a minute, and it never slows down. Oh, we got a helicopter coming up. I can hear it. Let's see if we can outrun this thing, or maybe run into it. I don't know what that is I just hit.
So are those clowns like the Joker?
We'll be introduced to the clown in just a minute. He hasn't had his intro cutscene just yet.
He's a piece of shit, right? I mean...
You'll see.
Okay.
His name is Kinky Pinky,
Are you kidding?
the evil, horny clown.
Oh, man, no!
It's cool. We're gonna go to the porno district and kill everyone there, so we'll take care of it.
Listen, I'm not gonna get
Let's
political.
go. Let's ride.
But this is very much Reagan Bush era shit.
You don't say. It's so easy to lose a lot of lives to the helicopters. Oh no! There we go. I made a way through. I carved a path through the dumpsters. Also, we're about halfway through the game. This is a very breezy playthrough.
We're on our way.
Protect the innocent, kill Kinky Pinky. Here we are in the red light district, featuring the rat.
The Rat Theater! The Rat Theater!
It's a good day for. It's a good day for rats.
Yes!
Now,
Wow!
now, the later you go in the game, it becomes pretty much impossible to arrest people. So your only choice is to kill them around a few levels in.
I just want to say...
And we have the video void here next to Hole in One.
I just want to say I love Hole in One's logo. That's actually some really nice color choices.
Hole in One is such a great name. I especially like the detail on the door that says enter in rear. As a clown screams, and I shoot you with a rocket.
Why do I love rats? Because they are great. I have turned around on rats. I always thought they were okay,
You
but...
killed the ladies. I shouldn't have done that. There's some ladies you can get kisses from.
Why do you want to...
Oh, is she...
What is she doing to you? Do I need to come by? too?
Yeah, you should probably help us out here.
Hey,
Oh, did we miss the silver key card? Where is it? I bet someone drops it.
Okay, we need to explode this.
Take that pink Cadillac.
This.
Oh, it's in one of the other exits. We have to go somewhere else.
We have to go to Video Void.
Maybe. That is correct, Video Game King. This game has an aesthetic. It's difficult to pin down what it is.
Take me to Rat Theater!
Oh god, the other dogs have come out. We gotta hurry.
I'm sorry, I'm rocketing some dogs.
Where's the freaking... Where's the gray pass?
Oh my god, that's a lot of dogs!
Oh, did I fuck this up? I may have fucked up this whole playthrough. Let's head all the way to the left and then head all the way to the right to make sure we didn't miss anything. I'm just gonna jump through everything. Okay, nothing over here. Sorry, dogs. Whoa!
Sorry.
That's some damage boosting strats. Here, let me rocket you.
Okay. Wow, I'm invincible here. Hold on.
I know there's a cheat to skip levels, so we can use that as a last resort. Maybe we have to go in.
I'm being eaten by dog. How can I not destroy this? What?
There we go.
Oh, it's there. All right.
There's a little bit of non-linearity for you non-linear fans. There's giant flies here.
I don't like them eating me.
Isn't that where it is? Let's go in one of the other doors.
Okay. Oh, it's a bunch of. Just a bunch
Oh, I bet
of-
it's in here. I remember seeing people play this scene.
I should start rocketing shit. Rocket.
Yeah, just rocket everything. Joe Rockhead is immune to pretty much everything except rockets.
I think there was some stuff to them. Here? Oh, I see it. There it is.
Hey, there it
There's
is.
the key.
Okay, we're good.
Why does Joe Rockhead have fingerless gloves? As
Fashion,
I've been eaten
man.
by dogs. Thank you.
No problem. Ooh.
I guess we both got the kiss bonus.
Let's go.
So this is a weed guy. Oh, the Buzz Buzz! Why is this weed guy so violent?
Yeah, they all have machine guns. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
It's so easy to get carried away when you have unlimited rockets. Oh, man. That's a good speed strat. Free weed, pick it up.
Can I rocket it?
No, you can pick it up, eat it.
How do I do that?
Just pick it up. Eat it
You
right
can-
off the vine.
You can pick up a lot of weed here.
The thing is, some of them are booby-trapped. It doesn't really tell you which, you just kind of have to play the game to find out. Some are bonuses, some will explode you.
Cool.
I booby-trap my weed.
Free weed, everybody. Just come over to Rambo's Bud Bus.
You gotta pick the right one, though.
We need a green card.
There goes that weed. It landed on my head and killed me! Alright, we gotta kill people for...
There it is.
There it is.
Let's go.
Did I launch you towards the door? We're developing new speed strats here. I like this.
I do like the dipshit strats that we're using. It's a lot of weed guys.
We got it.
How?
They
What are
got
these guys?
they got a whole musical troupe here.
So what is their drug? Is their drug of choice musicals or something?
Dancing is their anti-drug, yeah.
We have had enough of that.
Yeah, fuck that. This is a war on drugs.
All drugs.
That
even
includes
anti-drugs.
anti-drugs.
All you people who say games are your anti-drug, we're coming for you. Fanny and Co?
Let's go, man! Come on! Don't make me rocket you in the butt.
Ah!
Hotel Miss Snob. This is a real thing that was in arcades. If you go to expos like the Classic Gaming Expo here in the States, you can actually find this cabinet occasionally.
Big Bang!
This is the big bank. Oh, go to the ATM. It spits out unlimited money. A commentary on American culture? Probably not.
That's good. It's fucking... NARC's only commentary is that it exists. Alright. Oh, so the big drug dealer is the rich guy, huh?
Yeah. And he keeps giving away free product by injecting it into us.
Yeah, this was in a lot of pizzerias and stores.
It sure was.
This was an unavoidable game.
Midway, or Williams as it was known back then, definitely had a lot of reach with arcade distribution. They had huge hits in the 80s, and people just pretty much trusted them to give them good games. And this is a good game. It's just in terms of content, depending on what
I love when you just slide my ass there.
depending on what kind of pizza joint you run, this may or may not be the most appropriate game. Now this is where you want to bust a lot of dudes to increase your rockets.
Okay.
But we don't have to worry about that.
Headed to rockets. So
Yeah, we're good.
just gonna rocket this wonderful dance troupe of corporate employees.
Need your card. That's where it says red safe card. Alright, here we go. We're getting into the final moments of the game. I think we got a few more waves of enemies, and then we'll face off against Mr. Big. And this is where the game pulls kind of a mean trick on you, because it gives you unlimited continues all the time. But if you continue here, at the start of the final boss fight, it'll start you at the beginning of the fight. And What sucks about that is if you continue, it doesn't give you nearly enough rockets to finish the job. So that's why we're cheating. And by the way, for as loud as this game is, the actual arcade cabinet is like 100 times louder.
God, it is so awful.
So great, you mean? Okay, we got this one more wave, and then I think we face off against Mr. Big. Then we can move on.
Just slaughtering these office workers in construction helmets. Are they construction workers? Are they... I have so many questions about these.
No time to worry about it. What do the clowns have to do with anything? We'll never know.
Look how it pauses as we go in. Oh, did you go in?
Okay, is this it? Yeah, here we go. We're gonna face Mr. Big. Now, what do you think a drug kingpin looks like?
I think he looks like the Spider-Man character Kingpin.
Oh, good guess. Well, there's his first form.
Okay, so a little bit like Kingpin.
A little bit. Christ. Freaking dogs, my worst enemy.
I'm just gonna crouch and...
It's a shame you can't arrest the dogs.
Oh my god, if I could arrest these dogs!
That would be amazing. Now, in a second here, you're going to see Mr. Big cruise by in his wheelchair, and when you see him, you're going to want to rocket him. When you rocket him 3 times, then you advance to the second phase of the fight.
Are you kidding me? Okay. Okay. It's at least different.
Yeah?
I mean, a lot of this game... Oh, God, sorry.
NARC. At least it's different.
Okay, there I am. I guess I should bust people, but...
Oh, here he is. Rocket his ass. This is also where one credit clears go to die, because depending on how you hit him, the rockets can just glance off of him. Gets a little frustrating.
Stop eating me, dogs! I'm a normal policeman.
Okay,
A rocket!
Okay, we got him once. He's gotta scramble back to his chair. Blow up some more dogs. We're good people, really.
Good shot.
Okay, got him twice. Just need one more hit. If you take too long, the black dogs come out, and they are horrible. You don't want to deal with the black dogs.
They're like... It's like evil Dobermans. They're like German Shepherds or some shit.
Got him! Alright, this is a good run.
We got it.
We're gonna go into his inner sanctum.
Let's
Are
go,
you ready
let's
for
go,
this?
God!
Are you ready to see what
dogs are
Mr.
gonna eat me.
You ready to see what Mr. Big actually looks like?
I hope it's a worm. Is it just like a literal worm?
That's pretty close.
Is he an alien? If he's an alien, if the cause of all our drug problems are aliens, I'm gonna die.
Well, he's not an alien. Instead, he looks a little bit like a big molded head. Like that.
Can I just shoot rockets at him? Is
What
that
Midway
cool?
did for this is they took a Slimer mold from the Ghostbusters movie and they repainted it to look
That
like Mr.
does!
Big.
Oh my god, he's shooting his tongue at me! That's disgusting! This flash. Hey, could you leave me alone, dude? You guts man?
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of flashing here. Use caution.
Yeah, okay.
Now we have to shoot his vertebrae. His rockets. Because that's how we win the war on drugs. I told y'all this game is awesome. Oh, did we get him? No, he's still alive. Let's corner him.
Okay.
You get on the right side, I'll get on the left.
Okay.
Or vice versa.
I'm trying to get on the other side of him, but sorry.
Yeah, it's difficult. Oof. Taking off all that energy.
Come on.
Or wait, no, maybe you have to use the regular bullets. I'm gonna try that.
Okay.
Just instantly running into you, draining all your health. Okay, we got points for something. That's good.
Yeah, okay.
That's
I can get
progress.
rid of bullets.
Oh, here he goes. He's gonna blow.
It's just a pile of bones exploding.
Look at all these sprites.
So many bones! Jesus!
And a final tongue.
We got it. Let's go.
We did it! We solved the drug problem.
No more drugs.
Keep going. Here come the flies.
Why are there Nice!
We gotta go. We gotta get the hell out of here.
Why are they so big?
We had a busy day. We're at crack headquarters.
I'm being eaten by flies. Jesus.
And to the victor goes the spoils. Check it out. He's been hoarding that pure strain gold.
Civil forfeiture, asset forfeiture. The number one thing kids love to see in arcade games.
There we go. We got all the gold. And that's NARC. Possibly one of the most amazing arcade games ever made. It's amazing it got made. It's amazing it has such content in it. It's amazing how entertaining it is despite all that. I really like this game. And here we get the ending. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so much gold. And Alex ends up getting the high score by virtue of grabbing more gold. And the best part is right now. Listen to this.
You're busted. You're busted. Please.
Turn it up.
You're busted.
Ooh, enter Ted.
You're busted.
There we go.
That's so good.
Oh, no, the knife, man.
You're busted.
That is NARC.
Bus.
Oh, damn it! Almost perfect.
It's good. Oh, for the Ted bus.
That's NARC. That is NARC. Not much else to say on that subject. You now know everything about NARC that there is worth knowing. Except for the fact the level 2 theme in this game was covered by the Pixies.
Yes. I was something the pre-show.
Just a random fact. Let's move on.
Alright, escape.
Yeah, I escaped already. Alright, next up. They followed that game up a few years later in terms of digitized graphics with a game called High Impact Football. Ted Bus, thank you for the clip.
Actually, I turned it down. Let me just make sure this is okay. Good, we're good. Let's go.
Okay. NARC was 88, believe it or not. That was when they were still known as Williams. It's a long frickin' story. They were still known as Williams at this point, but soon enough they would be Midway. And what this is it's football with digitized graphics. Are you ready for this?
Am I ready for some football? Yes.
Let's see if we can get a, what do I want? The intro. This. Look at this.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I love them all! Oh my god, that guy! He's...
Alex is a fan. We got all the great NFL teams, including LA, Miami, Africa, and Team Europa.
I love all of this! Graphically, I'm in heaven! Oh, right play?
Audio good?
Yeah, looks good.
It's looking fine. Alright, hit your start button.
Oh my god.
So we're going to be on the same team. We are going to be Team Texas.
Look at LA, though! So beautiful.
Oh, we have to beat the Canadians. So we're on the same team. I'm going to be quarterback, and you're like nickelback, I think. This game may, in fact, be too loud.
A little bit, okay. Step back!
Oh no, you're the quarterback. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go forward, and you're going to throw the ball to me.
Which one of these should I select?
Anything you want.
How about Superfly?
Sounds good. I'm going to head down and to the right.
And what do I do?
Just throw it to me.
Okay, how do I throw?
There you go. That's basically it. You want to wait a little bit longer, but that's okay.
Okay.
Now, if we do really good, we're going to see animated digitized cutscenes, which is our main goal here tonight. Oh, you got sacked.
I I got my ass kicked.
And yes, there is a super high impact, which we're going to play after this, so we may not spend much time with this.
Yeah.
Super high impact is really, really amped up. Oh my god!
Stop sacking me! I'm a gentle man! I'm not punting.
I refuse to punt. I've never punted.
Oh, that's good.
Alright, let's kill the Canadians and get the ball back. Oh, except we got turnover on downs. They're gonna get a touchdown.
No, they're not. No, they're not. We're gonna kick their ass. We're gonna meet them.
We gotta hold them.
Okay.
Let's pull the anti-bomb.
I really should.
So like NARC, this is also a very loud game. That's the thing I like about Williams and Midway games. They are very loud. And this game, I think, needs to be loud. Oh!
Oh, I love that guy! Ah, he looks like a little asshole shock jock. Oh, it's Opie and Anthony.
It's like Hank Williams Jr. It's good!
Oh, I love him! Throwing that invisible javelin.
His name is Manic Max, as PBH says.
What?
That's so good.
What? Manic Max!
Alright, we got another chance to get a touchdown, so let's miss the ball first of all.
Let me go.
I was doing good.
You were.
Oh, you have to continue.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
hit your start button.
Alright. I continued.
Hey Blab, welcome to football.
Oh.
Oh, you did the old quarterback sneak.
What was that? I didn't.
That's when you sneak forward.
There, I like that cross. I have no idea how to play football.
Oh,
Hey!
nice!
Hey! Hey! Go, Danny, go!
What a play indeed. Pick a play.
Oh, also, thank you. I asked for the bits. I missed that. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be missing some of those, sorry.
Yeah, we're too busy playing high-impact football. Oh, I passed the ball. Stop congratulating yourself, dipshit. I probably should pick better plays, but...
Oh, almost. I was almost right there. Okay, we got one more down to do this, and I think we're moving on. We did see the what a play guy, so I consider that a success. Ooh, pretty close.
You laughed at us. Wow! Wow!
Oh, David Cross, put your shirt on.
Moving on.
Yeah, that's high impact football. Not the last we're gonna see of that game. You'll see. Next up, we have a little game called Trog. Why don't you play not the prototype, the final one, and then we'll play the proto after this.
Okay.
So guess what? This game is also real loud. If you see this in an arcade, it is going to be screaming at you nonstop. This game uses, instead of digitization, it uses pre-rendering, which is pretty much the same thing. It's playmation, as they call it.
So they didn't... I always thought they used actual models for this. They didn't?
Nope, these are clay models that they scanned in. That's Trog. See, way back when, humans used to have one eye. And they ate really cute-looking dinosaurs.
I wish they wouldn't. We're adorable.
What's unique is this is a 4-player game, and it's essentially Pac-Man with dinosaurs, and 4 players for maximum chaos.
We have played a version of Trog on stream before, yeah.
I think we did. Oh, that was for our Acclaim stream. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, let's get this started.
Me too.
That's still too loud. Yeah. Let's start from the beginning. Press bloop to play.
Oh, I can't collect your eggs. I can collect mine.
And we have to get all of both colors before we can beat the level. Now there's only one button, that is the punch button. It lets you punch the Trogs. I love this game's soundscape. It's so obnoxious.
It's awful.
And yes, this is the first game of the night where you can get eaten. The caveman straight up pulls out a knife and fork and eats you right there on the playfield. Oh yeah, you should grab that.
Stop giving me more egg!
We don't need more egg. We need less egg.
In this world, yes.
Now, apparently this game can be pretty annoying depending on how your operator adjusts their dip switches. Tepid Snake mentioned something about advanced egg placement being an option, which apparently turns the game into a total slog.
Oh, don't eat me, asshole!
Oh, I tried to get there in time, I'm sorry.
It's okay, it happens.
You can occasionally save another player who's being eaten if you can get him before the first bite. And away we go. Made it.
Look at me. Oh, Bloop!
Bloop, you're so silly.
I love you, Bloop.
Yeah, I'd say in arcades this is a pretty fun time, especially when you can get 4 players up and running. There's a whole bunch of different items. The Trogs later they later get a bunch of superpowers, which makes them more difficult. There's animated cutscenes that are entirely in claymation, which is nice looking. And if you pick up this pineapple...
Oh god, now you're eating them!
Yep, the tables have turned.
Morsel of fortune.
I was wondering why I like these games so much when I played them earlier, and I realized they all have pinball music. Like this. This is straight up from a Williams pinball machine. Just that style, you know? That's
oh my god, how did I... Okay.
That's mostly because it's the same guy, Dan Forden.
I like Trog.
Like, the soundtrack sounds straight out of Funhouse.
No! My body! So this music is actually by Chris Grammer.
Oh, is it? I guess they just had a house style then. It sounds very similar.
It's game over for me, so I'll let you finish this off.
Alright, I'll finish this level and then we'll move on.
Oh, wait, can you move on if I'm not there? And...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, thank God, okay.
Yeah. That's Rex.
I love him.
This game's fun, and there's a lot to say about it, but unfortunately we have limited time, so we should move on. However, what I would like to show off next is the prototype version of Trog, so if you could get that started up.
Mm-hmm.
This game, I remember this causing a stink when it was first added to MAME. Like, people did not want this to be playable for whatever reason. I think some collectors had some investments tied up in it. But if you play this, holy motherfuck.
Sorry, I'm making noise. I'm just random. I was flailing my arms there.
Now, this game wasn't always a Pac-Man clone. Instead, Midway, years ahead of everyone else, they invented Choo Choo Rocket, and that's what it plays like.
Oh my god.
Your dinosaurs proceed automatically, and you have to place bones to stop them and make them turn. Which is pretty much just Choo Choo Rocket. And also they constantly pop up these tooltips being all like, no, you don't directly control the dinosaurs. We know that's what this game makes it seem like. You see? Like, Trog is a pick-up-and-play game. This prototype is not. But I will say, this is a much more interesting game than what ended up being released. As for whether it would work in an arcade setting, probably not, judging by how greatly they modified it for the final one. There we go.
You beat me to it.
Now, it's neat. It's a great concept, and it's one that Sega would later take a decade later with Choo Choo Rocket. Again, though, not entirely intuitive. I'd imagine that this really confused people at location tests. Especially considering the dinosaur can still careen off the edge, and they just kind of progress on their own. Okay, I'll let your dinosaur pass first. Please ignore the dino porno noises.
That is... Thank you.
Oh shit! There I go.
No! No!
Yeah, see? That's a real easy thing to do, because your hand doesn't move too fast.
Stop saying sex.wave, I swear to God.
It is very slow, but it's neat that they tried. And I can only imagine they had a lot of money tied up in the claymation technology. Ooh, check this out.
Oh, cool.
Trog's always thinking about different ways to eat us. Yeah, this being an expensive project, I'd imagine they actually, wanted people to play it, so this game didn't exactly fly. Still, Trog in its released form at least has the cute dinosaurs and the horrible cavemen. Oh, we can bonk! And then we both get eaten.
Oh, they punched me! Yeah, BBH mentions the game bombed on location tests, so they had to totally retool it.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Because so many games are so simple and pick up and play in arcades, and this one that puts you in indirect control of a main character, it would work for a console game, maybe not so much an arcade game. Real cool though, and I'm glad it's in MAME in order to preserve where this game was during development.
Wow.
Good work, Alex. You tried. This is a hard game.
Yeah, this does feel un-Midway, but I really like this aesthetic. Thank you to SSFX17 for the bits. Do appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, screw the collector's investments. This thing is for the people now. Trog for the people.
All right.
Next up, I warned you this would happen. It's super high impact football time.
Looking forward to this.
So you know how loud and amped up the first game was?
Yeah.
They pretty much turned that up by a factor of 100 for this game.
Awesome. Great.
This also has a really good intro I'm gonna have to page through here. Because what it does is it bombards you with a whole bunch of words before the title screen. I'm gonna try and see what some of them are. Midway presents Nasty.
Uh-huh.
Kick Butt. Fighting. Mega Hits. American. Stunning. Monstrous. Play Me. Ferocious. Varoom. Crunchy. Mighty Hits. Wow. Powerful. Yeah.
One of them was Taxi.
Taxi.
Yeah.
Alright. Cool. It's super high impact football. And at this point, they were no longer Williams. They were officially Midway. And this is where Midway began its golden age, in my opinion. Oh yeah, it was playing. It was playing Rock and Roll Part 2.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna hit start first, and maybe that'll make me the quarterback.
No good.
All right, we got the same teams. It looks like.
What the fuck is Darkland?
That's Oakland, Alex.
Okay. I really misread that. I thought it was like some goth town, and I got really excited. I just want a goth city to live in. Hey, get out of my friend's way.
Oh no, you're the damn quarterback again. You want to switch controllers?
Yeah.
Let's do that. I want to be the quarterback.
Yes, please be the quarterback.
Okay, so you're going to be the guy with the number 1 over his head. You're going to want to run, and then I'll throw the ball to you. Or I'll get my ass beat. One of those. So this game adds more plays, more teams, more animations. It is everything you could want from a football game. Oh, I was pushing the wrong damn...
Oh my god! Ugh.
I pushed the wrong button, though I think that was actually the right button in retrospect.
You see that? Is there just a city where goths can be free?
I like the comical little doink noise it made. 4th down and 25, it's fine. We'll get this. We got this for real. Safety!
He's laughing at us.
That's a terrible kick. I should note that Alex and I are not professional footballers.
Actually, I have something to tell you. I used to do football back in the day.
What?
I won a Heisman Trophy for best football.
Oh my god. So you didn't steal that trophy from OJ?
No! No, he stole it from me!
Oh, damn it! OJ pulling that heist.
Oh, I'm so sus. I'm sorry.
Ugh.
I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Just pick a play. I'll solve the problems.
How about your toes?
Your toes sounds good. I missed him.
Oh, God.
Ragu says, this is extremely difficult for me to parse. Boy, you and everyone else who plays this, there is a lot going on in Midway games. Push your button.
Oh.
You gotta get to footballing. You were going up in the stands. You were hanging out with the cheerleaders. Hit your button again.
Listen.
Okay, we're holding them. We got him good this time. How did he get that? Referee, do your freaking job. The computer's cheating now. They figured out our weak point. Passing to the left.
I'm anti-bomb.
Look at him hopping. Here's a football.
Hey, thanks! Love football.
And it's good.
You don't have to blow me a kiss, but I mean, I appreciate it, but...
Alright, let's do a few more plays and then we'll move on. Here's me running away from the football. I'm scared. They're gonna hurt me. Okay, run for it. Oh, nice catch!
I got slammed! Oh my
God!
Oh!
What the fuck? We did, no, they did it. Damn it.
We won! We won! No, we won the fight!
Oh, okay.
We're Oakland.
Oh, we are Oakland. That's right.
Yeah, we're
In all the excitement, I forgot who we were.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, almost. Bounced off that dude's ass.
When screaming, somebody get a body bag. I was gonna die! Guy was gonna kill me!
That guy was ready for me.
Alright.
This game is so intense.
This game is
Should we
good.
move on?
Yeah, we should
Yeah,
move
let's
on.
do that. All right, here's your controller back.
Thank you, and let's get these untangled. There you go.
Thank you for indulging us in our super high impact football. Yeah, that's a good game. It's very footballish, very crunchy. You'll definitely want to hit a few dudes after playing that game. But that was 1991. We're heading into 1992 when Midway would hit critical mass, starting with a game called Terminator 2 Judgment Day. You may have heard of this one. Your old arcade may have had a machine. It's a pretty famous video game. Arnold Rimmer, I beg to differ. We will totally 1cc this. I'm not even sure if it's possible to 1 credit clear this.
Do we need to turn it down, or...?
Well, let's find out.
This is rated righteous?
Uh-huh. By the Motion Picture Gaming Association. I can stand to turn it down just a bit.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, so Alex is in control of the mounted gun. There were 2 mounted guns on this cabinet. You had a shot button and a missile button. I'll be controlling the attacks. Alex, you wiggle around the mouse.
Can do.
Let's play this righteous game.
Judgment Day.
I remember that.
At will.
Alright, shoot everything. So essentially what this is Operation Wolf with the Terminator license. And because of Midway's juicy production values, you really feel shooting these Terminators. They come apart in pieces, you can shoot off individual limbs and heads. It's just a real satisfying game to play. Let's get these missiles.
I'm not trying to shoot you, lady. It's just...
I think the story is you play a reprogrammed Terminator, like you are Arnold. first you gotta fight through the future. Now, way back when, this was ported to consoles. I think this came to Super Nintendo and Genesis, where it supported the light guns on both platforms. See how his head popped off?
Dude, no.
I love the animations in these games.
Hey,
They're fine.
okay. Casualty just means, you know, they're being casual now. They put on some jeans.
Bobinator points out this was ported to Game Boy, of all things. Yeah, there was a Game Boy version of this. Now, in terms of light gun games, this has interesting mechanics. You have to lit up off the trigger every few seconds, because your gun will overheat and will be less effective. You also got that limited supply of rockets you gotta use. And though the game is kind of playable at first... Oh, nice, you got the CPU! It's playable at first, but eventually it becomes brutal. Like, this is literally impossible to one-credit clear, as far as I know. There's a part later on in this section of the game where you have to defend John Connor in a truck, and that is a part that gave kids nightmares for how horrible and bad it is. Maybe it's just me. The terrifying part of this is watching Alex's mouse cursor outside the window drift over the stop streaming button.
I am.
And I have to really hope that he resists the urge to click on these Terminators.
No. I don't know if you see how I'm holding the mouse, but my finger isn't even. I cannot click any of these buttons.
Good. You're doing good.
Thank you. This is.
Now, I wouldn't say this is the best game in this format. Midway would later perfect the formula with a game called Revolution X.
Will you be playing that tonight?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, fucking. So here's something funny.
Uh-huh.
I guess I'll say it now since we mentioned it, but I did not know that Honkin' on Bobo was an actual album. I thought it was an MST3K joke.
Yeah. I had to educate Alex about what Aerosmith albums are titled, including one called Honkin' on Bobo.
I cannot believe that Honkin' on Bobo is real.
Yeah, see these Terminators? They're just walking around honking on Bobo.
Honkin' on Bobo sounds not like...
Hey, pick up that icon down there. Thank you.
Oh, cool. So you can keep it going for longer. Okay.
Oh, some people are new to the phrase honking on Bobo. We'll have a lot to say that when Revolution X comes out.
Yeah. We'll
Trust
get
me.
into Bobo honking later.
But this game made a lot of money for Midway. So much so that other arcade gun game manufacturers started to get scared, and they started promoting their games in the context of how they compared to Terminator 2. So, like, there was some flyer for, I think, Steel Gunner 2 from Namco that said, is Midway's new game terminating your profits? Fight back with Steel Gunner 2. Something like that.
How would it... Whatever.
They sold kits to upgrade shit like old Operation Wolves and things like that.
Fair. Okay. Makes sense.
This kind of works as a co-op game.
This is a very interesting co-op game.
It is.
Hey, stop killing me.
Unfortunately, this game never got a full port. It only got the compromised ports for 16-bit systems, which weren't nearly powerful enough to handle this game at full capacity. It's a very cool-looking game. You pre-rendered the Terminators. Ooh, get the bomb. There you go.
Did it kill any humans, huh?
Yeah, it was a human-proof bomb.
I'm just trying to pick up these weapons.
Boogaloo link to that Steel Gunner flyer. Thank you.
Thank you.
So eventually you do go to the future. You gotta protect John Connor. And the last boss fight, as far as I can tell, is completely impossible. Unless you put several credits into the game. This is a hard-ass game.
The game is fucking hard, Danny!
It really presents the story in the Terminator movies as really unrealistic, because there's like, what, 20 humans fighting against thousands of Terminators? Like, they didn't stand a chance.
Terminator.
Also, first Terminator movie, real good.
It is.
I didn't see it until a few months ago.
Have you seen Terminator 2?
Yes. I did see that, and 3.
I haven't seen 3. I like Terminator 2 because it's basically a boy and his dog movie, but the dog is a robot.
It's a robot who says "Hasta la vista, baby."
Yeah, but it feels like it feels like the same kind of niche where, you know, he's this troubled kid, single parent. He finds a friend, and the friend is not human, and he has to teach this friend his ways, but also
It's
the friend
touching.
kill him. And also his mom is gonna help the nuclear war not happen or something.
Yeah, every kid can relate.
Yeah, it's just everyday kid stuff.
So this game goes on for quite a while. I think we should move on. But Terminator 2, lots of fun, especially if you can find an original arcade cabinet. And good news, they made a whole bunch of them, so if you have an arcade nearby, it might still have one. So, in comes late 1992, heading into 93. They ended up releasing a little game called Mortal Kombat. You heard of this one?
Is this the one with, what's that guy's name? Terry Bogard.
Yeah. He's in Mortal Kombat now. Oh, BBH has nearby arcades with T2 cabs. Good. As it should be.
Turn it down a little.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Looks good.
Y'all heard of this Mortal Kombat? MK? Mortcom, as we called it back then?
Morty.
This game uses both full motion video and digitized graphics. And considering how much people hate those, this game's probably a big piece of shit.
Thank you, Revenant, for the resub. They say it's Wednesday, or as I like to call it, Mortal Monday.
Thank you. Mortal Monday, aka Wednesday.
Should I play?
You can play this if you want. Start her up. Oh yeah, it requires 2 credits. Really squeezing the kids for their money.
See how this compares to the Sega CD version that we played the other day.
Oh yeah, a couple weeks back we did play the Sega CD version of this, and this looks, I'd say, a little bit better. Slightly. Okay, your block button is on your right bumper, if you're wondering. I kinda set up the controls. For me, I don't know if I did them for you.
Did you not, Raiden?
No way.
Oh, very polite. Kicking me in the ass. Very nice.
I was real into this game back when it was new. I knew all the moves. I could beat all the older kids. Never got much into MK2 or the sequels, though. For me, it's all about MK1.
I can't believe you defeated my technique of spamming uppercut.
That's not the move. I thought it was forward, back, forward, high punch. Maybe I'm wrong.
Alright, no way.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna be... Who do you want to be?
I'm gonna be Liu Kang.
Okay, I'm gonna be Scorpion. I don't remember any of his moves either, so...
It's backpack low punch for the thing. There it is. Yeah. Now for me, I think what really sold this game was the sound design, because holy shit. A dude screaming, "Get over here," while he impales you in the neck and then does an uppercut. And then sometimes the audience goes, "Ooh." This really helps to sell it. Other fun things, that Buddha statue in the background was actually lifted from one of the designer's neighbor's yards. And they digitized it and then put it back before they noticed. Also, as we mentioned during the Sega CD stream, this had a very small design team, just 2 dudes. There's a dude on audio, other dude on background graphics. And
Liu Kang wins.
I don't need to tell you about Mortal Kombat. Huge watershed moment for arcades. Big competitor to Street Fighter 2. Almost said Super Mario Brothers for some reason.
You're thinking about Nintendo. You got Nintendo brain.
That's true. Alex proving you only need to know one move.
That's true. Hey, I know 2. I know uppercut.
Oh shit, you got me. There you go. Get over here, we're done. Do we need to see more Mortal Kombat? People know what Mortal Kombat is.
You all know Mortal Kombat.
It's a pretty good game. You should maybe check it out sometime. There are also sequels, which we're going to get to in a minute. But for now... Okay, so this is it. This is the most critical point in Midway's history. 92, Mortal Kombat was kind of big, so for 93 they started developing a sequel. They also started concurrently making a little game called NBA Jam.
Mm-hmm.
But they also made a third game around that time that didn't quite make it to market. Why don't you click on that location test ROM right there? Because in addition to Mortal Kombat 2 and NBA Jam, they were also making a digitized Judge Dredd game. This game is incomplete, and I'm going to try and play through the whole damn thing.
What? Okay.
It's like 3 levels.
I see. Yikes, that chin. This game is ugly. And, oh good, there's a Gaming Hell article about this. So yeah, click on that.
Yeah, go to Gaming Hell to learn all about this game. It is a fascinating piece of history, this game is. Let's get to the story.
So this is based on the... Oh, this is based on the movie, isn't it?
It is not based on the movie, it is based on the comics. The movie was being developed at the same time as this game.
Did they know? They had to have known, because why would you go for Judge Dredd? I mean,
Maybe not. Maybe they just wanted the Judge Dredd license.
Who the fuck in America was just like, we need the Judge Dredd license? Because they're all dressed up in the costume and...
Well, Midway was always ahead of the time, as I mentioned. They may have just seen it coming, Judge Dredd being the next big thing.
Who was wanting... Who... I mean, I guess he was... I mean... I guess 2000 AD was... Yeah.
It was a labor of love for some of the staff.
Yeah, that's a good point. I can imagine a lot of... Yeah, I bet it's explained in the Gaming Hill article, too. I am just...
I wanted this game to surprise you. Maybe the most surprising thing is that it uses the same control scheme as NARC, so you can think of this maybe as a spiritual successor to NARC. Check out that lady back there walking Goro. Oh, by the way, you can play too.
Shit,
Up to three Judge Dredds can play at the same time.
Okay, like Boogaloo mentioned, Judge Dredd in this game is played by Midway artist Sal DeVita.
Oh man, that's Sal DeVita himself. Working on Mortal Kombat and NBA Jam and all that. In addition to this terrible unfinished Judge Dredd game.
Or is that just the outfit?
They're both very paunchy.
I love
all the
it.
Judge Dredds.
No way, it's great.
They kind of got a little chub on them.
Oh, I can crouch, but I can't walk while I crouch. Okay, that's different.
Oh, good job saving the citizen.
Well, I didn't want Goro to get hurt. He's just a little angel. Look at that. Kind of wearing a bowler hat.
Gotta give them credit for trying. This is not a great game, but at least they tried to make a beat 'em up back then. I can only assume this was in response to Atari's work in the field, who at the time was making games like Pit Fighter and Guardians of the Hood, and for whatever reason Midway felt like they needed to compete in that field.
Giant rats!
There's giant rats. I told you it was rat day. Hey, no drowning.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
Oh, another thing I didn't mention. I should have mentioned this at the top of the screen. One thing that makes these games look as distinct as they do is they use what's called a medium resolution monitor, which is to say these games are something like 512 by some sort of degrees, as opposed to 256, which most games were back then.
Execution of justice.
And essentially, more lines of resolution means more better graphics, which is why these graphics are so detailed in these games. And it's essentially what allowed digitized graphics to happen in the first place. We did some nice synchronized kicks there.
Okay, did they really get a rat from the pet store? Or are you fucking with me? Because if they got a rat from the pet store, I am in love.
We need an actor. Go to the pet store.
They did! Okay! Oh my god, I need...
Petco, getting work.
Oh my god, just imagine being the rat in Judge Dredd.
Yeah. That's a hell of a thing to put on your resume.
They named him Ratto. He was gonna be snake food. He got a second life in this unreleased game. I love Ratto. Ratto is a
Ratto is a hero.
Ratto is a hero. Oh my god. Ratto. Danny Ratto!
Ratto. Gotta love Ratto.
Oh my god, Danny.
So
games are good.
For what this is, there's a pretty good amount of game here. They had to do a lot of digitization work on all these actors and everything. Not to mention their paunchy Judge Dredd actor. This is also weird because it's a brawler that lets you kick down and up, like the green Judge Dredd is doing right now. So you don't just strike to the left or right, you can actually strike in multiple directions. I got kicked off the building.
I'm still alive.
Does that say back there? They're
Okie dokie, folks.
They're okie dokie, folks. It sure is. Personally, I like its dive kick. It works pretty well.
I like this. Oh man, it's a cloning machine.
Now, the game's not great, but I will say it is better than Guardians of the Hood, which is what they were competing against, I can only assume. So you beat Atari, but I don't think this lives up to Midway's otherwise higher standards. This is kind of a jank-looking game. Then again, if it was finished, who knows? It might have been a classic.
You want me to continue, or are we good?
Yeah, let's continue.
Oh, crime doesn't pay, everybody.
Oh right, and JP Ronnie points out there was another Judge Dredd game that actually did get released. It was a light gun shooter from apparently Gremlin. Wow.
I remember that game. Okay, that's what I was confusing this with. That's why I thought this was okay.
There was also an arcade version of that game, which makes this extra confusing.
Not kill me. I'm a nice man.
I feel bad they had to cancel this, because this must have been so much work. Just wrangling all the actors, taking time off of NBA Jam just to work on this shit. Do we have to kill the cloning machine?
That's what I'm trying to do, but it won't let me.
Maybe we can't. Maybe it's unfinished.
Oh no, he died.
Whoa, there's a dude with a big belly hanging out. Look at this dude.
Wow! This guy got a prosthetic belly on?
I think so. Got one of those Santa Claus bellies. Maybe we should just try to finish this level and move on. I don't know
Yeah.
how much of the game there is. I assume a decent amount. It did make it to location test.
Yeah, Armor mentions you can beat the game, sort of.
I think at some point it just like ends and resets, right?
I
don't think you're playing anymore.
Oh, I sure am not.
Hard to tell with all the chaos, all the judges going around.
Okay, so this does have some sort of ending if you really want to keep playing and go far.
Alright, how much more game do we have here?
I'm
If
assuming
anyone
a
knows.
lot.
It says death is coming at the end, and it never came. Boy, these mechanics could use some refining, but I assume that's what they were gonna do.
Okay, BBH says at least go to the second level, so let's at least do that.
Alright, can do.
There
I
are 2
will-
more stages and 3 bonus stages, but they're kind of long. So yeah, let's just go to stage 2, I guess.
Okay.
So we can keep it
The hell,
moving.
when else are we gonna play this piece of shit? I like the details, like knocking people into walls and knocking them off buildings and stuff. And of course the graphics are pretty good.
Stop.
Alright, he's currently at Surly. So we should move him to Mean, and then Vicious, and then Brutal.
Okay. Just kick his ass.
Uh-oh, he's going mean. I'm glad he announced that. Look, Surly only looks out for one guy. And who keeps screaming Judge Dredd?
I assume it's Judge Dredd screaming Judge Dredd to, like, announce his presence.
Judge Dredd here! I am the law! I'm going apeshit.
Vicious, but I prefer apeshit, honestly. I wish he was a rat.
Yeah, this should be a rat. I'm going brutal.
Judge Dredd, yellow will never block. I refuse to. I believe it's a coward's move. You can quote that, put it on scrub quotes.
I look cool when I crouch.
Oh, you do?
Oh yeah, I should be fighting this guy.
No, you just keep crouching.
Got him.
Mean Machine, you're going to jail. Objective accomplished. Tower secured.
Nice.
Good work, Judge Dredd number 2.
Thank you, Judge Dredd 1.
Mission accomplished. Good work, Dredd.
And other Dredd.
Attention, Judge Dredd. Report to the Hall of Justice.
Right.
The streets are my courtroom.
Ah, it's the, it'll be your circle button. It's a hologram shooting range. Because it's the future.
I wonder if holograms gonna take off.
I've been waiting for that. They brought back virtual reality. Maybe holograms are next.
I wish, you know what? I would like that. I would appreciate that. I think maybe that's what the world needs right now, is more holograms.
They're gonna bring back Dippin' Dots.
Are they really?
I don't know, I made that up.
When did Dippin' Dots leave?
Practice makes
Yeah.
Oh, I'm crying now.
Be ashamed, Dredd number 2. I'm going mean, I'm going brutal, I'm going to jail.
Mission accomplished.
This game might have been a fun, goofy playthrough if it came out, but realistically it was not going to compete with the likes of Mortal Kombat.
Oh, apparently Galloping Ghost Arcade has this.
Holy hell. I would love to play a cabinet of this.
renegade robots. Cease and desist.
So for level 2 it turns into a different game. It's a side-scrolling
What the fuck?
platformer now, and it's a run-and-gun shooter as well.
Danny, what the hell?
This seems strange, but consider that another game very recently did this. That would be Sega's Spider-Man game. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta crouch and shoot. That's annoying. So maybe they weren't too confident in their beat-em-up design and decided they needed to cram in another game here. This is pretty freaking weird.
I mean, the beat-em-up design is just fine, too. I mean, it is what it is.
It's
not...
yeah, it's not spectacular, but it's existent. This, on the other hand, feels a little bit tacked on. I don't know, it's kind of fun.
Should I continue?
Let me see how far I can get.
Okay.
You should hold off. I'll finish out this credit, maybe. But yeah, very odd game that seemed a little bit confused about what it wanted to be, is I think how you can sum this up. It had the tech, it had the people, just didn't quite make it to market for various reasons. But at least the prototype's in MAME for you to observe.
God, I love the way you crouch in this game.
It's good. He does a full-on crouch with the bent legs and the arms out. Game over, Judge Dredd.
Look at that face.
Love that face.
So good.
Judge Dredd, unfortunately unreleased, but what they did is present in MAME. Good work, MAME.
Thanks, May.
Thanks, Judge Dredd. Let's move on. Alright, so let's play Mortal Kombat 2. This was going to come out the same year as Judge Dredd. This game.
Yes, click on that Tepid Snake link. It's an interview with staff members on this game. Very cool. Thank you for Judge Dredd. Thank you. Should I play?
Yeah.
So mad I can't be Sonya, but...
Now, I mentioned before I'm no good at Mortal Kombat 2. The only move I know how to do is that slicing blades with Baraka here.
Round one, fight.
I didn't think you'd do it right off the bat.
Fighting Alex is just all about reading me.
Hey, walk into these. Oh, damn it! It didn't work. My brilliant scheme.
Boogie mentions this is the first use of the DCS sound system.
Oh yeah, the sound got a huge upgrade for this game. In general, the technology tended to take a step up for each new Mortal Kombat sequel. So by the time Mortal Kombat 3 came out, it had deluxe sound, huge characters, lots of colors on screen. There we go.
Listen, if there's a way to play Mortal Kombat without spamming the one move you know, I I am.
We're delivering the real experience here of real kids flailing around on a machine of a game that they should not be playing. We're here to deliver the real hardcore experience.
Could you not slice and dice me?
No. Oh, yeah.
Ah, you eviscerated me, buddy.
I don't know Baraka's fatality, sorry.
Oh man, I'm all gutted. I'm continuing.
Literally.
I don't know who to be.
Alright, so here's a fun fact that's semi-related. If you're wondering why MAME is in the Stone Age on like consoles like the original Xbox and the Wii, essentially any console with a port of MAME, they stick to old versions of MAME. I think like version 0.16 or something. And that's specifically because the Mortal Kombat games run at full speed in that version. Afterwards, they removed a lot of the hacks that made these games work, technically, without actually emulating them correctly. And once they put in the right emulation, it made it much more difficult and CPU intensive to emulate correctly. Yeah, Uzi says it's 0.78. That sounds about right to me. But Mortal Kombat's real popular, and if anyone wants to install MAME on their console, pretty much the first thing they're going to want to play is Mortal Kombat, and they'll get pissed off if it doesn't work. So that's why emulator authors did that. Plus some back-end stuff that made it easier to port. I did my one move.
Right in the jewels.
Thanks. 0.106 was the last to have those hacks, JP Ronnie points out.
Should we keep going?
Nah, people know what Mortal Kombat is.
It's Mortal Kombat. Watch our video about Mortal Kombat 3. Thank you.
MK2, pretty good. I like it. It's a quality game. 3, kind of a dud, but we'll get to that.
I don't know about that.
So also in 93, there was a little game called NBA Jam. Why don't we play that? I think we may end up skipping some of the re-releases of these games, because after this they did make Tournament Edition, other expansions, but for this one we're just going to play the original ass NBA Jam. Turn this down now that I think about it.
Love that teal color. Perfect. Beautiful. Back when logos were good, damn it. That's right, I'm going to be hipster about logos now.
Yeah, from downtown! Pippin! Let's do it. Oh, this could afford to be loud.
Yeah, turn up a little bit. That looks good. Alright, I'm playing.
No. So let's be teammates.
Okay.
Which team you want? Oh, you get to pick, so go ahead.
Houston or San Antonio?
Googliata! I mean, San Antonio.
San Antonio.
It's so fun to imitate the dude's barks. Ducks!
I love the old Bucks logo, I just want to say. Again, I'm hipster for logos.
Mm-hmm. The logo hipster. Alright, so you got a turbo button, a shoot button, and a pass button. And you do various moves with combinations of those. No, you dunk it! No, you dunk it! I'll get the right button this time.
Stop it. Give me that ball. I need it.
Elliot, head fake. Great defense.
So you can imagine this made a pretty good match with Midway's experience with digitized graphics. What they did is they digitized the heads of all the different NBA stars at the time, and they just made generic bodies for them. And the result looks pretty good, especially for 93. Did you know Turbo exists? For 3! Nice shot!
Maybe I shouldn't have hit that guy, but... Hey, no! Don't shock-a-lock? No!
Don't you shock-a-lock me. Give me the ball, give me the ball. Give me the ball. Don't run. Oh, man! This is the worst Spurs ever.
It really is.
Look out! Head fake.
Did you not? I need that basketball.
Come on, give me the ball back. I just totally goaltended there, and the game didn't call me on it. That's
We've
cool.
been fouled over and over. It looked like I...
Poor.
Robinson, head fake. Finger jams it in. Up 5-6. Elliott, head fake.
Got it.
Certainly that's a crime, like him getting in front of me.
A basketball crime.
Yeah!
I think they call those violations.
Elliott,
Oh.
Yes, there. I think it was what version of NBA Jam had the cuss version? Was that the Super NES or?
That would be, yes, a prototype version of the Super Nintendo one with announcer Tim Kitzrow making various curses that replaced the usual announcements. Saying things like, grabs his Johnson, instead of grabs the rebound. And he's on fucking fire!
Nope. Hey!
Edwards.
Give me that! Thank you.
Another thing to say about this and Midway games in general is just how fast it is. You just
Yes.
blaze across the court, and quarters are over in a matter of minutes. Which, of course, made the game take in a lot of money back when it was big.
Give me that. Nice.
The skyhook. Thought those were illegal.
Elliott,
Why?
Elliott with a very optimistic throw.
Elliot presses the wrong button.
5-4.
Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Thank you. Oh! Fuck. Making me look like an
Kick his
idiot.
ass! No! No!
They had to turn the camera away because I was going to kick his ass.
No!
Jeez, this dude's all over me.
Elliott,
How many NBA Jam fans we got out there?
There's a lot of discussion about the history and everything about NBA Jam and how interesting it is. Yeah, a lot of fans here. People talking about
I would imagine.
those.
This game kind of bridged the gap between, you know, sports fans and people who usually don't give a shit about sports games. Just because it's genuinely fun. It's easy to pick up. It doesn't get bogged down in the details. It's got goofy but kind of cool looking graphics. They got especially good when you would enter the codes like Big Head mode.
Elliott, Robinson.
The uncertain Spurs. No, you do it. No, you do it.
The Spurs have this.
The sperms? Basketball's over. The Spurs have been canceled.
I don't know if I can keep. Oh,
You've brought shame to the NBA.
should I quit?
Sean Elliott has just lost his shit. He doesn't want to play anymore. This dude's ass. Get the...
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
Alex with the Freudian slip. No good. Let's move on. Yeah, NBA Jam's good. It's great. It made a whole lot of money, as you might imagine. Next up, let's skip that one. Why don't we move to... we're actually pretty good on time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do Revolution X. We can spend a couple more minutes on that. So next up would have been NBA Jam T. Next would have been NBA Jam TE and Mortal Kombat 3, but MK3 has a definitive version that we'll play instead in a second. For now, let's play the real game.
We're gonna honk on Bobo, baby.
We're gonna honk all over Bobo.
We honkin', honk honk.
This game came out on every console at the time. Super Nintendo, Genesis, PlayStation, Saturn, PC. None were spared the wrath of Aerosmith.
Why was Aerosmith everywhere?
I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that. But in this game's canon, at least, they're the only chance America's youth has to overcome the New Order nation.
Mm-hmm.
They've banned video games, television, magazines, even magazines. You can't read.
Oh, no.
Reading is for punks.
Neo-industrial governmental militaristic oppressive alliance. Led
Seizing
by
all citizens between 13 and 30.
Oh my god.
It's like opposite Logan's Run.
Alright, we're the last surviving free youth, and we have to, yeah.
BBH
Remember,
has 2 nearby T2
music
cabinets.
It's a weapon.
And 3 nearby Revolution X cabinets.
You may want to turn it down just a touch, but not too much.
But that's
yeah,
that's Steven Tyler himself. Doing the voice and motion capture and everything. You can also get this. Copy down this address, send it in, and you'll get your letter returned to you. Poster for $6 ain't bad, though.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's send in for one.
If anyone can possibly offer an explanation for why this game exists, or why Aerosmith did what it did, or was as huge as it was in the 90s...
Okay, I know. Aerosmith was like... This was pre... I don't want to...
Yes.
Oh,
Is Aerosmith the best band ever?
I guess we're starting, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh shit, I started myself. Well, there's gonna be a player one who does nothing.
No, you're good.
They even got a roller coaster on this time in like 98, 99 at Disney World, which I think I saw a thing about they only got because Guns N' Roses were too expensive.
They wanted to make it Guns N' Roses instead.
Actually, no, seriously, Aerosmith was a pretty cheap license at the time for like big time rock star. That may be why they had so many license things.
That might explain it.
Yeah.
They might have just been, you know, you can shoot the cat if you want. It eventually turns into a Trog.
Oh shit.
So that's a fun little Easter egg. Anyway, what the hell were we saying?
There's gonna be a sequel planned with Public Enemy.
Yeah, that's the game I wanted to see. Like, I don't think that could have been made. A game where you're Public Enemy shooting cops.
Well, they could be neo-futuristic, feudal corporate cops or some shit.
True.
Also, the idea that Aerosmith is still as popular and that they're a revolutionary force is just delightful to me.
For anyone who doesn't have the context, Aerosmith was a band dating from the 70s. They had a few hits back then. Their biggest one maybe being Dream On, which is actually pretty decent.
It's a good song.
And then they kept going through the 80s, and then the 90s, where they experienced a new wave of popularity, thanks to being included in games like this, and the soundtrack to Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, and don't forget fucking, had a big hit with I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, which,
Oh, true, that was part of the Armageddon movie.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
That was actually a, whatchamacallit, that was a single. Oh,
Let's go in.
It wasn't even on one of their albums. That was actually just a single that really revitalized that.
Oh yeah, Uzi points out their resurgence started with Walk This Way, which was a co-pro with Run DMC, I think. You can go either way. And for whatever reason, they just had huge staying power, and if that's true, that it was cheaper than other acts, that would make a lot of sense. I just CD'd that lady in the butt.
Sorry, I wanted to see if you could see her in the butt, and it doesn't really do anything, so...
If you shoot the locks, you can free them.
Oh, shoot, free them. Where's the lock?
Oh, shoot those fish in the background.
Okay.
Now shoot that mirror. Between the fish. Yeah, secret.
It's here.
Dudes in the dark. And... more dudes. Is that enough dudes? Oh, light switch. There we go. Had to see where we were going. And you climb up into the rafters only to find... Steven Tyler!
You got wings! I hate that band.
Same.
I'm not really a fan of that show.
Well, Aerosmith is performing right below us as we speak.
You're not gonna give up.
I think we took the shortcuts. We won't actually get to see them perform.
Oh man.
Instead, we get to see the green room. where we get to destroy all the food and roses left for Aerosmith.
Oh, what is sushi? Fuck off. It's actually like a new order. I got it. Oh, I can't see this.
Play it.
If you're watching this, then they've taken over. It's up to you now. Find our car and stop the new order.
That's so
Remember,
fucking cool.
Yeah.
music is the weapon.
It's been mentioned before, but some ports don't have that thing where the hand reaches up, and frankly that ruins the game for me.
Alright!
Oh right, this is licensed music.
Sweet
emotion. Wait, that is the actual song. Shit.
Non-boys.
Love in an elevator.
Honkin' on Bobo, honk honk a honk.
They never did a song called Honkin' on Bobo.
They have an album, so they should have a song. They should have a titular Honkin' on Bobo, and it goes like, we're honkin' on Bobo, honkin' on Bobo, honkin' on Bo, we're honkin' on Bobo, honkin' on Bobo.
Now Rye mentions the fact that maybe in this case the guns are the actual weapon and not the music. That's New Order Nation thinking, buddy. You gotta think more like Aerosmith. Music is the weapon. I didn't even mention that you throw CDs at people in this game, or that this is a sequel, essentially, to Terminator 2, where they replace the rockets with CDs.
Just stealing the joke from chat. I'm honking on Bobo. Yeah, yeah. And don't it feel good?
Yeah!
I like that was the Yuck Yuck. It was like a comedy club. I like it. Mud Flaps!
Mud Flaps. Be good. Be like Johnny. I will say Midway packs a ton of detail in their games and lots of good background jokes. Good stuff to notice if you're replaying the game in arcades.
Yeah, I know it's been a while since we've celebrated Aerosmith Day, but...
Don't give up!
Still, this is a key portion of Midway's digitized graphics push in the 90s. And also, I would argue, kind of the jump the shark moment. Because from this point on, they kind of lost it. They lost the plot just a little bit. As great as Revolution X is...
Can I have your autograph?
As great as Revolution X is... There we go. I can't think while I play this game. We have to stop this. My brain turned to mush while listening to Aerosmith.
It's too difficult, yeah.
That's a game that happened. Now, around this time, they also made Mortal Kombat 3, and 6 months later, seriously, just 6 months later, they shipped an upgrade to arcades called Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Let's play that. Now, if you look up Retro Pals on YouTube, you will find this documentary called Mortal Kombat 3, something like, this game's a dud, so get mad at this video. I think that's what we called it.
You know, I don't think, have people stopped leaving us angry comments on that?
I think so, yeah, the latest algorithm wave has died down.
Okay, cool.
But essentially what we argued is MK3 shipped incomplete. And looking at this game, it's real easy to see that. Because this game added back all the stuff that was removed from the first game. There wasn't Scorpion in Mortal Kombat 3. They put him back in, along with a couple other characters. They fixed the balance, removed some infinites, and essentially turned it into a complete game, which the vanilla MK3 was not. Now, unfortunately, console people did not know this, so vanilla MK3 was ported to all the consoles at the time, and then Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 came out, pretty much ruining vanilla MK3. Just like, yep, you're gonna play the inferior version of this game that now has an upgraded version in arcades.
I want to play Striker next time. Who's everybody's favorite character, apparently.
It's Striker.
Nice.
I will say, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 is a huge improvement. I would say this is a decent game. Still not huge on the whole look and feel of MK3 compared to the first two, but Ultimate makes the most of it, and it's a very playable and fun game. And as E-Reserve points out, they did eventually release Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 on consoles, Not PlayStation. PlayStation only got vanilla MK3 and Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Saturn got Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, so did Genesis and Super Nintendo.
I just want to say it's weird that I have an axe.
I forgot all of Jax's moves. There we go.
Listen, all I need is 2 moves.
MK3 also added weird stuff like animalities, which look really goofy, and they added a dial combo system straight out of Killer Instinct. You harpooned me and then punched me in the butt just now. That's fine. And yeah, as people point out, MK Trilogy itself was an upgrade of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, which added its own little things. A bunch of different characters, the bosses were playable. Eh.
And yeah, Mortal Kombat 2 was where they did introduce babalities and friendships, but...
Oh, that's right, yeah. I'm gonna be Striker.
Okay, you can be Striker.
Oh wait, you can pick. Yeah, be Striker. We'll both be Striker.
Oh god! Oh, I hate him! Look at him!
He's got fingerless gloves. Those moves. He has a gun, right?
How do I shoot?
There we go.
What is it?
It's back forward high punch. Oh, it has range now. You gotta be close in this one.
This is stupid.
It sure is.
Who's trying to shoot it? It's mortal! Is, Striker a NARC? Oh, abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, considering that his alternate outfit is red, so that matches up with the NARC dudes. I only know the gun moves, so that's all I'm gonna use.
Could you stop shooting me? Jesus Christ.
This dude's got a lot of blood in him.
He sure does, and I keep running into that. I only know one set of moves, and it's for Scorpion. I do not know Gunboy's moves.
And yeah, Majima, that's a common complaint among old Mortal Kombat. They are very stiff. Possibly owing to the digitized graphics. They kind of had to limit the animations to make them look natural.
Thank you for telling me how to spam. I may spam next time.
Why does one dude get a gun? Why does he fire it in the air when he's done?
Alright, one more.
Okay. And yeah, Boogaloo's pointing out the many different secrets in these games. This one had a Galaxian ripoff. I think Pong was in either this or MK2. Different hidden characters, secrets. It's been a thing since MK1 with Reptile. Oh, I don't know any of this dude's moves.
Oh my god.
Nice hair. There we go. Hair versus bow and arrow. Who will win?
Well done. Sindel wins.
Cool.
Round 2. Fight.
Was it really 250 matches to unlock Pong and MK2? That's a lot of matches. Could you even do that during the course of a regular arcade's opening hours?
I am not good at spamming with her.
Nah, I'm not good either.
Well,
If you want to see good play of Mortal Kombat 3 by me, watch our video.
you're really
I actually
good at
did study the combos in order to record good gameplay footage, and now I've forgotten them all. But even if you're a doofus who doesn't know any of the moves, Mortal Kombat can still be pretty fun.
that. Place your bets, who's gonna win.
It's a close one, I win.
Arrowed right in the cart.
Arrowed. Yeah, UMK3. It's not bad. And if you're gonna find one Mortal Kombat in the wild nowadays, it's probably gonna be this one. Give it a play. You may like it. I like that Mortal Kombat.
That good old
It's got its own
MK.
style.
Move on.
Yeah. Moving on.
Alright, what was recommended? Open Eye. I don't know what we're doing next.
Next up, WrestleMania. You ever wish NBA Jam had wrestlers in it?
Yes! God, yes.
Well, this
every
is the
fucking day.
This is the game for you.
Oh, I'm so excited. Oh.
We covered this game on PlayStation Year 1 as well. We had a fake wrestling podcast where Alex called Yokozuna a jobber.
Every fucking...
But the arcade version looks way, way better than the console versions. Just huge characters, full of detail. That should do it. And the first character you pick on the roster is Doink. It was kind of an odd transitionary period for the WWF, so these stars are kind of... They got Undertaker.
They got Doink.
They got Doink. Want to do co-op?
Yeah.
Look at these big-ass characters in this version of the game. Unlike the PlayStation one, which had really tiny, limited animation characters. This is a good-looking game in arcades.
Bam Bam, no.
You got 2 punches,
Oh, I
2
didn't
kicks,
mean to hit you.
various moves. And I believe this is from the same team as NBA Jam, essentially. So they're juicing up wrestling like they juiced up basketball. Maybe juicing up isn't the right phrase to use here.
I was gonna say words.
Hey, let go of my friend Doink.
Oh god, there's another Doink! Oh, I hate when it's double
4
Doink.
Doinks? Let's take this.
Come back, Sean.
Taker has, like... He's got that glove, and he can shoot ghosts at people. Oh, fucked by Doink.
God damn it, Doink.
Let's do that again. This time, I will be Yokozuna.
I'll be Bret Hart.
4 Doinks is canonical, that is correct. Want to do head-to-head or cooperative? Ah, head-to-head.
I guess we can do that.
See, one thing I like about this game is you basically lock on to your opponent. Any move that you do will automatically seek them out. If they're close enough, you'll hit them.
Whoa, I ripped baseballs out of you.
You ripped my face off.
I don't like that.
Looking back, I maybe should have looked up the moves list for some of these games, but whatever.
Yeah, look, God, you do have ham hocks just flying off.
Uh-huh.
Ow. My sternum is cracked now.
Pretty sure that's a Vince McMahon edition. Ham hocks have to come out of Yokozuna.
That absolutely sounds like it. You know what I'm sad about? I'm sad they never made an XFL game. You think they're gonna make one with the new XFL?
Ooh, maybe. What are the different moves? I know some of them are like Street Fighter style. There you go, pulling off my face again.
Oh, those are eyeballs that are coming out of you when I do that. That's awful.
That's terrible. Well, you yanked my eyeballs out.
To the Midway Hall of Fame.
Should I continue?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Let's do one more match with Bam Bam Bigelow.
Versus who haven't seen? You haven't seen Razor Ramon.
Yeah,
Head?
yeah. Man, look at Bam Bam's suit. He's literally on fire.
Now I'm just. That's just Guy Fieri's brother, yeah.
Sure looks like him.
Please, slam me into Flavor Town.
Ow.
Okay, that was cool. Man.
Man, I pulled that one out at the last minute.
Alright, so.
Oh yeah, Bam Bam was in that NES WrestleMania game. He was around for a while. Starring in several games, I'd assume. This is a bad showing. I'm just kicking a dude.
How do I pin? Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Alright. Whoever wins this wins the AEW Championship belt. Don't ask how I got it.
Imagine stealing the championship belt. What would you even do with it?
I mean, it's
Well,
right.
leave it on the side of the road, apparently.
You know, the cops said they found the belt, and then the cops said they didn't find the belt, so...
That's suspicious.
Well, they had a picture with the belt, too. No. It was at Longhorn Steakhouse, not Texas Roadhouse. No. Honestly.
That's WrestleMania. It's pretty dumb fun. I enjoy it.
It's good.
Let's move on to our final batch of games. Now, we skipped Cruis'n USA, which was a year before where we are, but let's go to Cruis'n World. Let's cruise around the world.
We are being requested to play Open Ice.
No. It's not on
That
the
is
list.
your answer.
Is that as digitized graphics? So who's wanted to cruise the USA, nay, the world?
I would like to cruise around the world. It does have digitized graphics, apparently.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, we forgot. We'll do this again sometime, and,
You got the power. Cruise the world.
I like this vocal thing. Maybe I'm gonna turn it down.
Okay.
Okay, that was good.
This game uses digitized graphics for the ladies, and that's it. You gotta have ladies in swimsuits. So if you've ever been to a Fuddruckers or an Applebee's, there's a good chance that this may be in the arcade section, next to an Area 51 or possibly Maximum Force cabinet. This is a very common game. Both this, Cruis'n USA, and Cruis'n Exotica are mainstays in American arcades. Even places that don't typically have arcade games, they'll often just have a Cruis'n,
Yeah,
just because it makes money.
ZZ1K says Cruis'n is a symbol of arcade gentrification. Can't say I disagree, actually.
This is another Eugene Jarvis creation. He's a man of the people. He knows what the people love.
They love big cars going driving.
Doing ridiculous stunts. I don't know what hit me there, but that's okay. I got an American flag on the back of my whatever this is. A Hummer? Okay. Looks like an armored tank.
Well, I mean, that's basically a Hummer, if you throw something. Oh my god, you're in the ocean.
Yep.
Flipper is freaking out.
So Cruis'n USA was a little wild. We'll get to that. But this game amped it up a little bit. Making you drive through aquariums, taking you to Egypt, all these other exotic locales. Oh yeah, they added this. If you pump the gas twice, you do this. And you can jump over other cars.
Oh my god. It's a Humpy, not a Hummer? Okay.
I think you can, yeah, you can do it on corners too. Shut up, Flipper. I'm gonna haul ass to Lollapalooza.
Yes, Dr. Jordo says he went to an arcade in the late 90s, 2000s, had a Cruis'n game, or Maximum Force, or Area 51.
All those games, super popular picks for arcades.
Don't forget that one, was it Carnival?
Oh, Carnival, Jesus. Oh, can I intersex with these controls?
Come on, believe in you. Almost.
Yes,
Nice.
I did it!
Oh, that was so good!
That was skill.
TTT sex, baby.
I think I'll play a little bit more of this.
Okay.
I've decided tonight's closer is going to be Cruis'n USA, and you'll see why. But this game did introduce a couple of mechanics. It got an N64 port, as did all the games. And it's limited, but pretty fun. You got multiple views you can pick from. You got a radio button. Play the jungle bump.
Is that a monorail? Oh, wait, no, that was probably a high-speed train, huh? I mean, I guess a monorail is a kind of high-speed train. Think about it.
That's true.
I mean, I guess they're high-speed.
Woo! We're just having a good time out here.
See, we're being asked if these games have the Clintons in them. I don't know.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
I will answer all your questions and more.
All will be answered if you keep watching our beautiful screen. Our beautiful cars. Okay, that was cool as shit.
Whoa, hey.
Hey, it's that statue again. Do you think it's the same one?
I think it is. I think they got a lot of mileage out of that statue. Actually, hold up. There, I win.
Nice! There she is. Thanks.
Got the trophy. Moving on, we got a few final games to check out. Let's check out NBA Maximum Hangtime. So the lineage goes NBA Jam, NBA Jam TE, NBA Hangtime, and then finally in 1996, NBA Maximum Hangtime. This is the ultimate evolution of the NBA Jam formula. Unfortunately, NBA Jam, the name, went to Acclaim, who published the console versions and somehow got control of the name. So Midway itself, the creator of NBA Jam, had to rename their damn game.
We've been asked by so many people to put in the special code for that sitcom star guy.
Alright, give me the code.
It's Perry, all caps, 3500.
Okay, can do.
Alright.
Do I have to enter any button combinations?
No clue.
Perry, 3500, you say?
Let's see if I can get Perry. Okay.
We're both Perry.
And please be Matthew Perry.
Oh, you're Perry.
I'm Perry. Look at me!
You sure are. Look at you go.
Oh my God! Where's Perry? Perry is he's in San Antonio now, baby.
He's got hidden attributes. You can't know how good Matthew Perry is. I can't believe you're playing. I can't believe you put Matthew Perry on the San Antonio Spurs.
Are you offended?
That's sacrilege. Where we come from, that's punishable by death. Luckily, this is just a video game.
Oh, look at my dumb head. I love it. Ah, you're all...
Yeah, I'm sure it's been mentioned in chat, but NBA Jam has a history of hidden characters. First, the Mortal Kombat characters in NBA Jam, which the NBA didn't like and made them take out. And then later on, they got even weirder, putting in the Clintons. There's a dog in one of the games. And then there's this game.
Dog makes sense. Dog actually makes sense. Air Bud.
Yeah, true. Could I be any more on fire? Yeah. Give me the ball. No.
Robinson and Matthew Perry.
A dream team. I can only assume by this point the whole NBA Jam formula was kind of wearing thin on Midway, so they decided to go to football. And while this is outside the scope of tonight's stream, the next game they would make in their sports series was NFL Blitz, which was quite popular. I like NFL Blitz, especially the pile drivers. Get back here, you. I just shoved the shit out of Matthew
Perry,
Perry.
kick his ass!
Oh, is Dan Amrick in this one too? Yeah, like everyone. Celebrities, magazine editors, people from Friends.
1 minute to go. Deflected. Layla grabs the ball. He goes to the hoop.
Oh, my dude's on fire.
Hammered it. Ace.
Get out of here, Perry.
Nice.
I'm glad one of us was Perry.
He goes heating up.
Give Matthew Perry ball.
Never.
That's a three. Caught by
For the
Dick.
3.
Ace.
He's a good man.
Is he?
Ace. Great shot.
Yeah, look
Oh,
at that.
nice layup.
Motumbo.
He got game.
I I do. I make $1 million per episode of Friends, and
Netflix pays you even more.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get $1 million per year in syndication too. They do not mess with me.
That's Maximum Hangtime. Not too different from NBA Jam. What were you going to say?
It was a really bad joke. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, they really milked the whole NBA Jam formula while they had the chance. They got all the money they needed from it. And then came the end of digitized graphics. The last game, aside from this 2-on-2 hockey game I've never heard of, was called Rampage World Tour. Let us play. This also came out on consoles. It's the sequel to, at this point, a very old game in Midway's catalog. There's something like, 12, 13 years between the two releases? For whatever reason, they decided to put their experience with pre-rendered graphics to use in a sequel to Rampage. And let's play it. Boink.
While it's true that there have been no serious side effects reported so far, I think we need to stop production before...
Good.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Well, rip Scum Labs.
And bringing it back to Trog, here is yet another game about eating people. Only this time you're a big-ass monster, and you gotta destroy all the buildings. A lot of good bass in this game. Let me turn this down. It's too bassy. They added some mechanics to this game, believe it or not. You can actually stand on top of buildings and punch them now. You can also jump on them to remove individual stories. And in general, this very much looks like a game from 1997. Doesn't it, though?
It has real 1997 vibes.
Clearly the creature's goal is to wipe Scum Labs from the face of the earth.
And yes, Metal points out, you get a nice big titty nurse at the end of every level.
It was the 90s, and there were so many big titty nurses.
Uh-huh.
Fucking... You got Animaniacs, you got your fucking hookups art. It was just...
It was a good time for the burgeoning big titty anime industry. Emphasis on burgeoning.
Danny.
It's the end of the stream, I can say what I want.
I feel bad for you not gone.
I ate a 6-pack.
I hate it.
And some unlabeled medication.
Okay, it's clarified she's an engineer, not a hot nurse. So she's just a hot engineer.
Okay, there is a difference.
There is.
I like the last thing I did there was barf. In general, I kind of like this game. It's much faster than the original Rampage. It, like the original, supports up to 3-player. And boy, if you like this game, there sure is a whole hell of a lot of it. There's something like a few hundred levels, I think. It's fun.
It is way too easy to be people.
Did my monster just get high for a second? He spit out a smoke cloud. Alright, so I'm curious. Has anyone else besides me, watching this stream right now, done the 6 or 7 hour death march that is a long play of NES Rampage? You play NES Rampage, you play for keeps. You gotta finish the whole thing in one sitting. There's no passwords or saves. You gotta do all 100 levels across many, many, many hours. Oh, Rambler did it. Okay.
Wow.
We're both on the same page then. Sorry for punching you in the head.
You can stomp on people and they explode in guts, and you can eat those guts.
Cool.
Oh,
I'm just eating a little bit of everything.
I'm a nude lady!
Uh-huh.
No. Oh, let me come back.
You can come back.
Thank you.
Oh, Boogaloo, I didn't know that. Apparently World Tour for Saturn lets you save your progress. I only played the N64 one, where either they didn't offer saving, or they forced you to use a controller pack, which I didn't have. It was one of those. But let me tell you, if you're gonna play 6 hours of Rampage, you have to be like 7 years old. Because there's no way you have the time for that. It's fun. It's stupid, but it's supposed to be.
Are we gonna break apart the police station?
Oh yeah. Taking it out on each other now. And if you want even more of this, they made a sequel to this exclusively for consoles, Rampage Universal Tour. And then there was some PS2 remake? That sounds familiar. Did I review that? Rampage Ultimate Destruction, I think it was called. So Midway definitely did explore the formula to its fullest. If you're hoping for a new Rampage, you don't want a new Rampage. Just play one of the existing ones.
I'm amazed they didn't make it for when the Rampage movie came out.
That is kind of surprising, yeah, that there wouldn't be a budget console game at the same time or something.
Man, I have not seen that movie. I don't know.
I hear they got The Rock to play one of the monsters. Or is it just The Rock?
The Rock is playing the big titty.
Whoa, cool.
Oh, speaking of big titty, I'm new now.
There's an actor with range. It's a fun game. I could put a lot of time into it if you wanted me to.
Same.
Maybe we will.
Maybe we should do a Rampage stream for charity and lose our minds.
Yeah, just play it for 24 hours. Nothing but punching and puking.
Honestly, after if I'm on stream for 24 hours, no charity will accept me. I will just no.
Yeah.
I will personally implode. It'll be awful.
Alright, should we move on to the finale?
Yeah.
We gotta finish things off here. Alright. Apparently the only game we didn't cover tonight is 2-on-2 Open Ice Challenge. Go take a look at that. It does for hockey what NBA Jam does for basketball. But I have one specific game in mind to finish out tonight's stream, and that is Cruis'n USA. This game is as American as apple pie. It is the most American thing ever, and I will demonstrate that to you right now. I think I have cheats enabled. So like we mentioned during Cruis'n World, this was a big game. In general, Midway just had a bunch of huge... Sex tug!
Okay, continue. Sorry to interrupt.
In general, Midway just had a whole great lineup of arcade games.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
So I'm gonna play this a little bit, just to give you an impression of what it's like.
Choose your car.
Sex tug.
Sex tug. You're even the XXX card.
Ready, set, go!
I remember at the time, this and Killer Instinct were being hyped up as the first games to use Ultra 64 hardware, which turned out to be a complete fabrication. Neither of those games used hardware remotely similar to the N64. And when this did come to N64, it was a heavily compromised port. N64 never ended up getting Killer Instinct 1. Instead, it got a conversion of Killer Instinct 2 called Killer Instinct Gold, which itself had its own compromises. But both this and Killer Instinct at the title screen were like, Ultra 64 hardware, play it now, and then get it in the home later. It was all just marketing.
Danny, do you see the corn pop sign at the beginning of the stage?
I did. Gotta have my pops.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, at this point, Midway kind of dove into the world of, I guess, advertising, in-game ads. That would become a bigger thing with Off-Road Fury or Challenge or whatever it was called.
I love your little car.
I do too. It's so fast.
It's very... I'd say it's about 10% blondie. Blondier than the other car.
It's pretty blomby as far as cars go. Oh yeah, that's that nice blomb noise. Oh, hey, Jesus!
Okay. Electric Boogaloo mentions that most of the team that worked on N64 version of Cruis'n USA went on to do Hydro Thunder.
Oh, nice.
That's a good game.
That was also Midway, wasn't it? Man, they just ruled arcades for like a decade. What happened? Well, 2000 happened. I'm not doing this again. I entered sex once. That's more than enough. Sex tug.
Ready, set, go!
Okay, so there's cheats and Danny's inputting some.
Uh-huh. Let's do this one. And then, if we're lucky, and we all cross our fingers at the same time, I can get a save state to work.
Ready, set,
There it is. It works.
Holy cow.
This is the final race of Cruis'n USA. We're gonna see the ending. And if you know what the ending is, don't spoil it.
No spoilers.
I bet people have spoiled it already, though. But yeah, if you spend a shit ton of money on this machine and finish all the races and manage to get to the last level and finish in first place, you get a special ending. And that's how we're going to close out tonight's stream. It's looking a little framey, or is that just me? I guess it's fine.
It's fine. Oh, you're in Washington, D.C. Oh, it's a cherry blossom, so that's cool.
Yeah.
I think you passed by the White House.
We made it all the way to D.C. We passed the Capitol building. I saw the Washington Monument.
The cool purple fountain that everyone loves from Washington, D.C.
They got these cool ramps you can drive up on. D.C. is really a driver's paradise.
Yeah, exactly. We're cruising the Vietnam War Memorial. Jesus.
Paying tribute.
Are we? Yeah, let's see. Cool Hardy says we're cruising USA to the polls. Have you ever been to Washington, D.C.?
I have not.
Me either. We should go someday. I don't know what we do there.
We drive.
It's true. I get my driver's
Oh,
license.
no! Oh, man.
Danny?
Nobody saw that.
Danny?
I didn't do that.
Danny!
Well, we're going through the Great Money Tunnel of Washington, D.C.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
There was no kids on that bus. In fact, it was unmanned. It was a self-driving bus. Don't worry about it.
So it's like only robots on that bus?
Yeah, they were taking robot kids to school. And we did it. Finished the last race in first place, and our reward is maybe the best ending I've ever seen in a Midway game.
Man, you skipped Texas.
Had to do it. I had business to do. We drove right around Texas.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Cruis'n
What?
on down. I love it. Come on in the hot doggy. Y'all come back.
Okay, for whatever reason that played at turbo speed instead of the normal speed it was supposed to go, which made it even better.
Oh my god!
Let me try that again.
How do you...
You couldn't make anything out what Bill Clinton was saying. You
I
have
heard,
to do that.
No. I heard woo doggy multiple times.
Okay.
Sex tug.
Sex talk. Wait, is it just stuck in hyperspeed?
It is pretty fast. Do you know how to turn it down?
No.
ready,
Should we try?
How about you hit escape?
Okay.
How about you relaunch that ROM, and we'll see what Bill Clinton is supposed to be saying. Now what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna load up the first race. Wee hoop dip that. Bill Clinton turbo hyper fighting. I'm gonna start up a race and then load a save state in the hopes of getting a normal Bill Clinton.
set, go!
Alright, here's what we're doing. We're loading that state.
Set, go!
We're loading up the cheats menu. And then we're going to finish this race. Alright, Bill. Shower us with your wisdom.
Ladies
Alright,
and
here we
gentlemen, the President of the United States. Cruis'n USA. Come on down. I love this job. Yeehaw! Come on in the hot tub. Woo-wee! Hey, doggy! Y'all come back now.
He's having a great time.
All right.
America's greatest president, everyone, Bill Clinton, star of Cruis'n USA by Midway.
Sitting in a hot tub.
That's an actual representation of the rooftop of the White House during the Clinton administration.
Yeah, it was really hard for, you'd go visit the White House and a cow would just shit on you. Like, because it was from above, it would just, like, just, you know, put its ass over the side, shit on you, and then, you know, and the Bill Clinton would be like, oh, whoops-a-doodle!
What did he have cows up there? Why was that necessary, Bill?
Milk. He wanted fresh milk.
That's disgusting.
You know?
Bring that cow titty over here.
Straight from the titty! Oh yeah, Mad Booty did sound effects. Good name.
Just hanging out in my hot tub with my hot ladies and my hotter cows. All the milk you can drink.
Yeah, the Clinton Foundation is why raw milk is now legal in America, because he just absolutely loved it.
This would not stop talking it up. Beefcake Boy is Sal DeVita. Sal DeVita gets around, and I've never heard him called Beefcake Boy before.
So Matt Booty now runs the Xbox, Xbox first party devs some shit.
It's that Matt Booty.
Also, I don't know if you saw it, but Ray Gay. I love Ray Gay. I respect Ray Gay. I am Ray Gay. There are
I love Ray Gay.
George Bernstein.
Thanks to Howard Lincoln.
Shit.
A couple of people from Nintendo, Mr. Arakawa.
I support Gizmo the Ferret above all else. Steve Ritchie.
I thought Alex was going to say the X-Pac first party did. Oh, no animals were harmed. You do run over a few animals in this game.
Thanks, Christian. Why is this copyright Nintendo?
It was a co-pro.
I guess there you go.
And they had to actually negotiate the rights for the new Cruis'n that came to arcades recently. Well, that was an inconsistently sped up version of Cruis'n USA, but I think you get the idea. Yeah, race across the USA so you can have a party with Bill Clinton on the roof of the White House.
With your pops.
Gotta have my pops. And I think we're gonna call it quits here. That's it. We did it. Hey, an arcade stream where nothing went catastrophically wrong. We skipped a game, but nothing like exploded or nothing.
That's new for us.
I'm happy with that. We better close this out before shit explodes. Yeah, we're done. Thanks for watching, and special thanks to the kid who modeled for the Cruis'n USA flyer. That is a good thing right there.
That is such a good thing.
I know that's just a mock-up, but I really want a Cruis'n USA cabinet that looks like a little car.
Me too.
That's all I want out of life.
Vroom vroom.
Well, that's Midway, and that's what they did with digitized graphics in the 90s. It was a short period of time when digitized graphics ruled the roost, as it were, and boy was it memorable. It drove record profits for Midway. People were having more fun than ever, thanks to games like Mortal Kombat. That is a thing you can measure, by the way, the amount of fun being had in America.
Mm-hmm. That's a whole fun factor.
Mm-hmm.
Thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's what GamePro was rating.
Mm-hmm.
If the head was exploding, that means the game's fun. Yeah, I really like Midway arcade games. They're just real balls to the wall. Just try everything. Make it as loud and as flashy as possible. And the 90s were just their moment, in my opinion. We saw a bunch of their greatest games, and I feel better for it. I feel like a better, more rounded person, and hopefully so do you. Thanks for watching. We're Retro Pals. We do this sort of thing a lot. If you want to vote for our weekly streams, head to patreon.com/retropals. Pitch in $5 a month. You'll get access to our newest polls, which determine what we play. This week, people said they wanted to see NARC, and boy, did we give them NARC. I'm glad we were able to sneak in a full playthrough of that. That was a good game, along with all the other Midway games. Again, thanks to everyone who voted on that.
Thank you.
As arcade streams tend to do, they're a lot of work. I spent a lot of time hooking up the controls for everything yesterday. Getting the analog controls to work in the Cruis'n games was a nightmare. We had to divide work across 2 different people just to make Terminator 2 and Revolution X work. So I'm feeling a little pooped as they say. So I think I'm going to give up control of next week's poll to Alex, so we can expect another PC stream next Wednesday. I've left this all up in Alex's hands. No determining what the poll's going to be, because that's all him. If you hate it, like you should hate PC games, direct all complaints to him.
Just yell at me.
But that's what's going to happen next Wednesday. And already I washed my hands of it and don't approve. But I need my rest, damn it.
You do.
I'll be figuring out the rest of the polls for the month while Alex does whatever he does on the PC, and people can watch that if they want. Alex, why don't you close us out? I'll look for a host.
Alright, we're also on YouTube at youtube.com/retropals. That's where we post highlights of our streams, original scripted videos, including PlayStation Year 1, which has a really good episode about WrestleMania and Mortal Kombat 3. Check that out. Our podcast is there as well, along with all the usual joints, so definitely check us out there if you like videos to watch.
Videos about games.
You can believe it. We're also on Twitter, twitter.com/retropalshq. We post when we go live there, and clips, and other cool stuff. So check us out there if you are still on Twitter, and you can stand it.
If you can stand it.
That's a weird way to put it, but yeah.
Alright, who we got here? What the hell is Macaw streaming? What is Horror Tour? Macaw is streaming something called Horror Tour Zetas Servant of Satan? Something like that? I don't even know what that is. However, I also see BBH is starting up a stream. He's playing good old Shellnov for the Genesis, which is a reworked port of Atomic Runner from arcades. I gotta support Data East. You know me. If someone's streaming a Data East game, we gotta host that shit. So go wish BBH luck. Go say hi. Tell him how much you love Shellnov. And we'll be back on Friday with Mascot Friday. Lineup to be determined. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
See ya, folks.